Hello, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. I junk journal a slow stitch. I generally have a slow stitch video out on Sunday. This one's going to be a bit late because of the noise from outside, which is going to happen. There's building noise. It's been particularly, is ferocious the right word? It's been loud today, so I haven't felt like it would be a good thing to sort of be doing a lot of filming, which is a shame because I have lots planned and I wanted to get lots done, but it is just what it is. I don't like that colour. So at the moment I'm finishing off my bird bag, and I did a lot of stitching. I'll show you that a bit later when we've kind of sewn buttons on. I've done a lot of stitch painting. I've done some French knots. My bird is done. I literally want to put some buttons on. I might do a few more bits and pieces on the back, and then I'm going to line it in some fabric, and then it'll be finished, which will be wonderful. I might stitch some words on actually. I actually think I should put the vintage button on it somehow, like the little logo, but we'll get to that. I think it's kind of 90% there really. So what I'm doing now is I'm digging through my buttons. I've got my purples, my pinks and my reds out, and I'm just having a play and seeing what can I pull out that will complement. That one goes. Complement each other. That one goes. Is that one better? No. Just kind of be nice if that one was bigger, wouldn't it? Look at that. No. Don't want to drop any. So I don't know if you recall, I've got a few hauls. This is from the huge, massive haul where I had the drawers that were full of buttons. These are the buttons that I just sorted out, and I have thought that I should sit down and sort through all my buttons and divide them up in colour, but then life is too short for that, so I probably won't. So I just sort of want to have my buttons on. I'm just going to sew them on. We'll see how we go, whether we like things as we go or not. So these are little yogurt pot jam jars, or glass jars. They're just sweet little ones. And I think I got the other little jar from a charity shop. But you know, like plain jam jars or pasta sauce jars, anything can be used to kind of store your things in a pretty way. I was looking at my shelves the other day, and I was actually looking at my shelves downstairs in my dining room, because I have like a collection of odd teacups. There's some nice bits of spode in there as well, kind of like ironstone transferware type stuff. And do I want the writing? I don't think I do. I don't want John Deere. Why is John Deere doing pink buttons? Okay, let's take that out and swap it over. Swap it over. Yeah. What was I saying before I got distracted with John Deere? Oh, that was it. I was looking at my shelves in my dining room, and I just was like, I know what it reminds me of now. And I've done it, obviously, subconsciously. I don't think anybody would do this consciously. But I've kind of created a brambly hedge way of storing stuff, and this has been decades in the finding of it. And I'm too old to really appreciate brambly hedge. It was more, I would even say my niece Phoebe, who would be the right age for brambly hedge, because it's kind of mid-90s. So yeah, Jennifer would be too old for that. I know my little one, when she's not little anymore, she's nearly an adult. She liked brambly hedge as well. So brambly hedge it's kind of like the 90s version of Beatrix Potter. It's a very sweet little series of books. I've got a couple of them, and I'm going to make junk journals out of them, but I'm not going to take the story out. I'm going to kind of include the story. I've kind of have these developing thoughts about childhood books that I really love, making a junk journal out of them, but not wrecking them completely. I mean, there's millions of these books out of there. I don't really feel bad about that, but yeah, kind of getting the best of both worlds. Anyway, that's a bit of a digression. Just my storage is so brambly edge. I was like, oh, it is. Because everything's in a jam jar. Everything's like higgledy-piggledy on shelves. There's tins and boxes and all kinds of like interesting bits and pieces, and crockery all piled up. Lots of mismatched plates and jars of things. I don't know if you've just Google brambly hedge. So when I said, because I've dropped my H's, so it's brambly hedge, as in a hedge row. Yeah, it's just so lovely. I was like, that is what I've turned myself into. Like, kind of, my storage is brambly hedge. It's not a bad thing. Kind of whimsical crone era, that's what I feel I've gone into. But there we go. So I want one that's that colour, and then I want a purpley one. Kind of trying to mimic the colours, because I really enjoy the colours. I might go in and do some more French knots in this kind of colour to pull it in. I don't know if I'll do that today or later on, whenever I feel like it. My fingers are a bit sore from doing loads of French knots before. Just doing all the stitching, actually. It's really simple stitching these buttons in. I'm not even doing like a double loop, I'm just putting them in. I might go back when I'm on my way back. I might double stitch them in. Right, so now we want a purpley one. Look at that. That's it. Yeah, I think I might do some French knots. I might do it in a different colour, but we'll see. Thought with you guys, I'm just going to sew the buttons on and say hello. So I am feeling a little bit tired. I think Junk Journal July, I think the tiredness is hitting me now. I was feeling great after I finished Junk Journal July, but I don't want to get into a stage of being burnt out. So I didn't do a video yesterday. I started doing one, and then I did the winners. So I've got to bundle up Catherine's. I will get that bundled up, and my hubby will take it to the post office tomorrow. Yeah, I kind of was like, I think I just need to rest and do creativity that didn't have to be shown, because I don't think everything has to be shown, and it's getting that balance so that I don't get burnt out. Really, I feel like I'm pushing myself, and because I want to do really well at things, and the channel is very close to doing very well and hitting a really big milestone, and I'm just, yeah, I'm looking forward, but at the same time things have to be sustainable energy wise. Now, we're going to put a button there. I feel like we should, but that's the use of the word should. Actually, I feel like I should put a button there. I feel like I should put a video out every day. I feel like, you know, like there's all these shoulds in life, and I think should's a really divisive word. I don't think we should, if you know what I mean. So I will put a button there because I want to. And I do want to spend time with you guys. I do want to make videos. Like I said, I just think I was a bit tired. I've got some annual leave coming. We're going to go and do a few bits and pieces. We did some house jobs today that needed to get done. Scrubbing the fireplace. It's going to get hot again next week, so we were like, oh, well, let's do some house jobs now while it's a bit cool today. It wasn't that cool, but I'm going to put that one there. You know, it's worth a go. Which way? We want that to go over. I think it needs to go under. But it's really coming alive, this bag now. It feels very much like it's coming alive. We're being very lazy. So I made a Sunday roast yesterday, and I was like, oh, I'll just make something from the leftovers like you do with a Sunday roast. That's generally what happens. And I made it yesterday because I knew it was going to get hotter today. I didn't want to heat my house up. We don't have air conditioning in the UK. You have to be careful about heating your house up. And so I didn't do that. And then by the time we'd done all our jobs and Miles had to go and help his mum out with something, I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to cook. So he was like, okay, I'll get a hamburger, which is a real treat. It's a real treat for us. It's like gourmet burgers, like a local business. So, how are we doing? Oh, it looks so lovely. I might have to put a green one, or do something. I think I wanted to put the buttons on to see where there was any natural gaps, and then we can see what we want. Because it could be another pink button or another purple button. I don't think. Just because it's a bit like that actually looks nice. But let's cover all the obvious ones up first. Just want a pinky one. And see what we get to. So I was listening to podcasts actually, or like not necessarily podcasts, more like documentaries that I could listen to. I was listening to History Hit. It was about the Normans, which I kind of like know that the Normans used to be Vikings, because Normandy is like Northmen, from the north, or Norsemen. You know that from school, but it was really, really interesting. And I think I said to you that I wanted to go and see the Bayeux Tapestry. So the Bayeux Tapestry is a massive tapestry that's really, really long. And it was made in the UK. It was made in England before the UK even became a thing. So it was made in England to commemorate the Battle of Hastings, 1066. It's like ancient history. And the Normans conquering Harold, who really, it's questionable whether he should have even been king, but there you go. Yeah. I like things like that. I find them interesting. So it was a guy called Dan Snow doing the first one I watched, and then there was another lady, an American lady. I think she was American. I don't know what her name was, but she was very good. Sorting it all out with Harold and his family, and then William and his family. And I didn't realise, because I thought by the time they got to like William, they weren't very Viking, like they converted to Christianity and stuff. But actually, they were still quite Viking in their outlook on things. It's probably why they were really good at conquering. Like going out, because they didn't just do England. They did parts of Italy and all over really. Yeah, it was interesting. I like to do that. I like to have something on in the background. What am I doing here? I haven't got a lot of space to get my fingers in. Am I in shot even? I am. Amazingly, I feel like I shouldn't say it because then they will get really noisy. Outside seems to finally. I was thinking perhaps because it's around supper time, well, dinner time, I'm thinking they've got to eat at some time and have a break. So I'm hoping that's what they're doing, they're having a little bit of a break. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. So, like, we're going to have our hamburgers later on. Not too later on, in another hour. He's going to order it on his way back. And then it'll I don't know if he's going to go and pick it up or he'll get it delivered. I don't have any cash on me for a tip if it gets it delivered. Right, where have we got? We've got... Could put a big one, but that's disrupting the flow. Could put a big one at the end. Okay. Let's not disrupt the flow, Lindsay. I might have to dig some more out. Right, leave the okay, let's dig some more out. It could go a little bit pinky again. That one needs to be purpley. Loving digging into this collection from that charity shop haul. So I quite like that. Do we want another one of these big ones? I think we might do. And a couple of pinky ones. Oh, we want that one, don't we? That might work. And then, oh, I like that. Okay, where's that needle gone? Now I can't remember the order, but I'm going to go like that. It'll all work out. Nothing is really set in stone. That does look a bit more pinky purpley. So I've sent it off to Carol, and we'll have a meeting with Carol from Journal Eclectique about Slow Stitch September. So I have the project now sort of plotted out on how I'm going to do it. It's still subject to change, I'm sure, that as we go, but we are going to make, I might even show it to you, and then you get a little sneak peek. So if you've never slow stitched before, you will, by the end of it, you will have a thing that you will be able to hold on to. And that could be useful, but it doesn't have to be. Things don't have to be useful. They could just because. In fact, tomorrow, I haven't written it yet, but I've kind of got it percolating in my brain. Our Mindful Monday make will be a slow stitch. And it's just going to be a just because. Because sometimes when we get into what I call these sort of... Oh, nearly stabbed myself. In fact, I did stab myself. But I'm not going to bleed, you're alright. I'm not going to bleed all over my project. Sometimes when we get into all these, and they are wonderful things, like Slow Stitch September that's coming up, but Journal July and all of the things, you kind of can get overwhelmed. In fact, I think I need one more. Do I need one more? I do need one more. Let's go with this and then we'll see. I might need another purpley one. Yeah, I'll do that. You can sort of get overwhelmed and lose your mojo and kind of burn out, basically. And I was thinking, like, this is something I need. And I think I should only ever... Well, I shouldn't assume that just because I need it everybody else does. But I also feel that, you know, I'm not a therapist or anything like that. I can only talk from my own experience. So that's why kind of what I'm going through or what I've been through would inform anything that I do. So in one sense, it's very subjective. But that's okay, because I guess people take it how they want to take it. That's basically what I'm doing. If you've no idea what I'm on about, on Mondays I do a simple craft. It could be junk journal or slow stitch based or other things as well. And then I do a short guided meditation at the end. So yeah, it's going to be focused on just because. Just because. I think I want that one there. So I like I said, I haven't written it. I need to kind of have a little percolate. I think I'm probably gonna get it down tonight and then do it tomorrow morning. Which is kind of, I don't know. Still working it all out. It's only been a year. I can't believe it's only been a year. I feel like I've learnt so much, but now I know how much I don't know. Whereas when I started, it's a bit funny. It's a bit like my job, actually. It's very much like my current job. When I first started my current job, I thought I'm easily going to get very overwhelmed with this, because on one level it's quite technical and kind of advising people, and I was just like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I sort of had this feeling that I didn't even know what I didn't know. And that's like when you start anything that's brand new, you don't even know what you don't know. Whereas then you kind of get yourself a year into it and you begin to know what you don't know. And I feel that's what I'm up to with junk journaling. And now with my job, actually, I'm aware of the stuff that I don't know. And I'm aware of the stuff that I do know. And I'm aware of the stuff of how to find out what I need to know. And I'm hoping that's what it's going to get like with oh no, we are going to put that big one there, aren't we? Are we going to put that big one there? Yes, I do need another one. But let's put this one here. Do we? Or do we want that one there? We need a pinkier one. Just bear with while I have another little search. Oh, what are you? Oh no, you're not big enough. And you're the wrong type. Oh. You're very old and very, very what I want. There we go. So yeah, I'm in this place where I feel that I just don't know what I don't know. But it's okay. I will get to a place where I'm more aware of the things that I don't know, but I know that there are things that I just still don't even know. And I learn quite slowly for stuff like this, particularly technical stuff. I learn by doing, and it would be overwhelming to try and do it all. That's why videos are not heavily edited. I might pause things halfway through and then start again. Even that's only a recent thing, because it has to be done in a way that is sustainable, that I can maintain it, really. Keeping things simple. One more. And then I might do something different. I don't know. I could. Oh, I don't know. I might just leave it for now. Oh, no, we're not doing that. Lovely old buttons. It's exactly what I wanted. Because I am the vintage button. So I want this to be like a Crafty Adventures bag. Let's see. I might get myself some little business cards for the channel, and then when people say, because people do say things about like when you're wearing things or using things, where did you get that from? I go, well, I made it, but you can make it too if you look at my channel. That might be the way, because if I tried to sell something like this, I've spent so many hours, people wouldn't pay it. But I can teach you how to do it, or I can inspire you to do it and encourage you to do it. I don't know about teach really, but yeah, there we go. Let's have a look. I need to turn it the right way. Let's just move those to one side. Just dropped my pincushion on the floor. I have thought, I was looking at this bird and I thought, do you know what, I could make a wearable. Like a skirt, like a denim skirt. I would have to like hand wash it, but I am thinking I might make myself a denim skirt, like a wintry autumnal one, and have birds around the bottom. Yeah, I might even have a denim skirt I've already got that I could amend. I'll have to have a look. Like a long one, I'm thinking maxi. I just think it would be so cool. Would you be interested in that sort of a wearable? I don't know how I would do it. It would be quite cool, wouldn't it? And I think it wouldn't look childish, because sometimes I think things can look childish. I do want to do some visible mending. I've got loads of cardigans that I don't want to buy new cardigans. The collars are coming away, and they just need a little bit of fixing up. So I'm going to do some visible mending videos. That'll be a nice thing to do. That could be another Monday thing to do, actually. So there we are. It's not very it's not going to be a very long video. I just wanted to make sure that you had something, really. I'll show you what I did today while I was waiting for the noise to die down. So I did some little French knots. Actually quite big chunky French knots, and then it's just straight stitching and running stitches and stitch painting for the leaves. I'll think about what to do with these gaps. I mean, I don't have to do anything really. And there's the bird, and the little flowers. I just sort of went around them quite delicately with some yellow thread, and then I sort of stitch painted the wood of the branch. I really like it. I think it would look lovely if it was on the bottom of a skirt. So I'm not going to cut it up, but I am thinking, because this was from a fabric sample, and it was like a watercoloured bird, and then I've just like literally completely gone over it. I could sketch this out. I'm pretty sure. In fact, I'm really sure I could sketch that out and do it again. And perhaps do the panels completely and then whip stitch them onto the thing. And I would have to, see, now I'm thinking and planning. So if I use like, these are acrylic wools and they will wash, so I'll have to think about the materials I'm using so that they would wash. But there's is it Tracy Myers? She does like things with lace and stuff, like lace appliques, and she says they wash fine. So I think it might work. It would look really nice against a dark denim. I'm sure I've got a dark denim skirt. Let me know in the comments if you kind of want that to be a thing. I don't know where I'm going to slip it in. We'll slip it in somewhere. But there we go. It's nearly finished. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed spending this half an hour with you. Doing a little bit of slow stitching. Doesn't have to take long. Little bits at a time gets you there. Progress over perfection. Alright then, I hope you'll join me. Tomorrow there will be a mindful make, like I said, with a lovely meditation, and it's going to be around that theme of just becauseness. I'll have to let it percolate. Alright then everyone, do all the YouTubey things, help my little channel grow, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.